What's going on, guys? My name is Alex and today I'm back with another investing video. So I just put out an Instagram post asking you guys what you would like me to cover next on my YouTube channel. So today I'll be covering the EMA line and how you guys can use it in your trading. Okay, so I'm going to start with the definition. So an exponential moving average, EMA, is a type of moving average that places a greater weight and significance on the most recent data points. Okay, so I'm in PowerEtrade. It's a platform offered by E-Trade, and I'll show you guys how to add the EMA line on this platform. So if you go on Studies, All Studies, under M you'll find it under Moving Average. You're going to want to change it from Simple to Exponential because this is the EMA. I'll cover the SMA in another video if you guys would like. And also you'll want to choose the period. I know different traders prefer different time periods. There's intervals such as the 20-day, 30-day, 90-day, and 200-day moving averages. It's just all personal preference. Personally, I like to use the 15. It helps me out with my day trades, and then you can choose the moving average color. I like mine is blue. It sticks out. I know which indicator it is. So I already have it. So if you don't, you'd click save. I already have it. I'll click X. So that's how you add it on PowerEtrade. Okay, so just looking at the EMA line, we can see that it tells a stock's overall direction. So, for example, we can see right now looking at NASDAQ that NASDAQ is currently selling off as indicated by the EMA line pointing down. Or if we look over on this run on NASDAQ, you can see that the EMA line was pointing up, confirming an uptrend. Also, looking at the EMA line, you can also, just from this chart right here, you can see that the EMA line acts as a support or resistance level at certain times. So if we look at that run, you can see that at points pretty much the entire run was considered overbought on the RSI, which I explained in another video. You can check that out if you don't understand the RSI. But anyways, you can see right here that it continues to run. It pulls back a bit as seen on the RSI as well, and when it pulls back, it either touches or almost touches the EMA line and kind of bounces off of it. Or if you look at a downtrend pattern such as right here, what we're seeing currently, you can see that the stock or NASDAQ bounced off of the SMA line. I'll cover that in another video, but it broke below the EMA line. You can see it was following it kind of tightly right here, broke below, we can see right here, tried to test the EMA line to break back above, and it was rejected. So you can see right now the EMA line is currently acting as a resistance. So we'll have to wait for a break above the EMA if anyone plans on trading anything related to NASDAQ. Okay, so we know what the EMA line is and what it does. Now the question is, how can we use it while trading? So let's go to a random chart. We'll go to gold for a whole fresh perspective on this instead of looking at NASDAQ. So let's look. We can see this run right here. There's a huge potential for profit. As you see, it went from about 1405 to 1415. So breaking above the EMA line does not necessarily mean it will hold. It never does, never go off of that. You want to look for confirmation that it's going to hold. So if we look at this candle right here, you can see a green candle closed above the EMA. There's a couple candles closing above the EMA, but there really wasn't confirmation of an uptrend. Continued to consolidate and sold off aggressively right here. So if we look right here, it's retesting the EMA line once again. We had 3 minutes or 3 1-minute candles just closing on the EMA line like that. No confirmation there. But the second there's those 2 green candles closing above, there's a pullback, and you can see that the EMA line is now acting as a support. That is confirmation of a continued uptrend. So as we see right here, we're closing above the EMA line. It pulls back, continues, pulls back, continues, pulls back. Continuous pattern up until this giant run right here, pulled back, broke below, and it was history. So to profit on this run, let's take a look. So we're just looking at the chart. It's unfolding in front of us right now, let's pretend, and we see these 3 candles. None of these are confirmation. None of them even closed above the EMA line. They closed on the EMA line. So if we look right here, we see these 2 closed above. This red one closed on,
This one barely below, and we can see a continued uptrend. You can use it to pick your entry spot and exit spot based on the EMA line, though you should never use one single indicator alone when it comes to your trading. Okay, so on the other hand, if your style of trading is short selling, you can also use the EMA line to your advantage. So let's get a fresh new chart. Let's look over at crude light. So we're looking at crude oil. I know there was a huge sell-off on Friday, which is right here. Here's the sell-off of the day. So let's look at that. See what the EMA line tells us about this sell-off. So as you can see right here, for the longest time, it was just continued consolidation. There was no clear direction. Nothing was happening in the markets until this huge downtrend. Now, as you can see, consolidation happens on the EMA line. It basically just right above, right below, no direction. As you can see, it just basically matches the line going straight across. But as you can see, crude light broke the EMA line right here, starting a downtrend, and followed closely on the EMA pointing down. So if you look right here, you can watch it pull back down, and it will go up to test the EMA line just as it tested it as a support. Right now, at this very point, we're seeing it test the EMA line as a resistance, and as you can see, it bounced right off and continued its downtrend. So right here is where a good position would be if you were shorting crude oil. You'd get in right there, continue until it breaks above the EMA line, which would be right about here. So that would be a good trade, a solid trade if you were shorting, which is not exactly my style of trading, though I know many of you do short sell. Thank you guys so much for watching. If this video helped you out in any way, feel free to like and subscribe, as it is greatly appreciated. Feel free to save your spot in our Discord trading group chat. You'll find that to be the first link in our description. Second link in the description will land you to Daily Investogram, our investment related Instagram page, where you'll find many resources on there. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.